All right, so let's kick things off with Reasonable Doubt. So, for the first time for Retrospect reviews, we're going to touch on this album, right? And then afterwards, we're going to jump into the blueprint, and then we'll just close things off by seeing which one we prefer over the other, right? So, track number one for Reasonable Doubt, we have Can't Knock the Hustle, right? This features Mary J. Blige and Pain in the Arts, right? This is like a affiliate, a Rockefeller affiliate, basically, right? So, he does his
Skitsman, right?
the Skitsman, yeah. So he does his own version of a famous like quote from Scarface, right? And like funny thing is like I didn't even see the Scarface movie till like about a couple years after hearing this album now. So I hear this man talk about, hey big man, you want to make some big bucks, you want to see how tough you are. Something about cocaine? Think at me. I was like, what's this? But then when I hear it in the movie, it's like, oh, that's what he doing. Okay. But I love like the heartbeat that they play in the background as well too, just kind of setting tune and everything, right? Um this has one of my favorite beats on the album, though. It's produced by Nobody. That's his name. Well, sorry, his producer name basically, right? I love how nocturnal and dark it feels, and it is like for me, it just kind of feels like you're just like on the passenger side of Jay's ride, and he just kind of just taking you on this trip through the city dread, and you just kind of seeing you all through his eyes, right, while he's rapping, right? I just really get the mindset of the hustler of the hustler that he's portraying on this song and the album, right? Um, Mary J. Blige, I mean, she comes through with a great hook. I mean, we all remember it, we all love it, and I just love how he just drops all these like just wickedly clever lines. Or like, we get together like a choir to acquire what we desire. We do dirt like worms, produce G's like sperm until legs spread like germs. My pops knew exactly what he did when he made me try to get a nut, and he got a nut, and what? Like, it was just all these lines. He was just all these bars he was just dropping, right? So for me, this is a perfect way to kick the album off. I love the song. I love the beat in particular. The hook is fantastic as well. And last thing last, there's also a sequel, if you will, a Fool's Paradise remix, basically. Um, the other one has a more kind of upbeat beat. It is very 80s inspired, basically. If you listen to it though, and it's a little different. I mean, like the vibe of it is a lot different. He's more talking about trying to hook up with girls and all that kind of stuff. He's not really talking about this, the hustler stuff, basically, right? But the Fool's Paradise remix is decent. Like it's a good bonus track for the album. But for me, it can't hold a candle to the original track, right? So, Ricardo, thoughts on Can't Knock the Hustle?
Yeah. Great start to the album. Full energy. It classic. Again, I listened to this album a lot later than most people, so it's like, oh shit, I didn't know this album. This is a classic album. And it, opening track is a real great opening track. So it starts for me.
Right. Doughboy, thoughts on Can't Knock the Hustle?
This is like the best way for you to open up something. And I'll give Dave and Big and G credit for putting the best foot forward. That was basically one of the strongest songs on the album, and they come straight out the door with it. And Hi Mary J on your shit in them days is a good look.
Yes.
Mary name was heavy. So for you to have that as the first track plus the lead single of your album, yo, and then according to what you say, with all the lines that he was throwing out in that, every line is a punch, every line is a punchline. When you're listening to it, you just have to be like, whoa, this dude could rap. And he nice with it. Like, these punchlines ain't like no gas effects punchlines. I call
Yeah,
him some
no
random,
diggity diggity dig, no
yeah,
iggity,
some random dude from the 90s. That's true. Just ain't no gas effects.
Dazo. Yeah.
Yeah. Not, so like it dude high bars. So it's a great way for you to start off the album and just build into that momentum.
Exactly. And we could get to Jazzo in a bit, don't worry. Micwise, thoughts on Can't Knock the Hustle, man?
Yeah, this was dope. This is one of those songs that I would have seen as like a flashback joint, you know, way before I heard the album, so I was familiar with it.
Mm.
Then I saw that, oh, this is how they start the album. Because normally you have a song like that, you put out like track 4, track 5 or some shit. But it
Or
was
even
like,
track
nah, we
two,
come.
and you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
like the intro be the sorry, you have the skit be the intro, and then you just jump into the
yeah,
song now.
yeah. But like, it's like, nah, they come out the gate with that. I was like, all right, cool. And, it's just a very good song. Mary J. Blige has an iconic hook. And you could tell at this time, like, hearing how Jay-Z used to rap before Reasonable Doubt, and you hear him on that song, it's like, that is where he actually polished his flow now. Like, he
Yeah.
sounds so at home with that kind of smooth flow going in and out of the pockets and all the little slick one-liners, the little clever wordplay, and it's like, when you go later down into the album, he actually has better wordplay than that, but he just kind of testing the waters with that first one. He just
Mm.
playing with you, he just toying with you from a lyrical level. So yeah, that's a great song. That's a classic hip hop song in my opinion, and dope video too. Big
Yeah,
up Hype
agreed.
Williams. Yeah.
Yes. And speaking of video, before we get into the second track, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that 99 Problems is meant to be like a sequel to that. Well, I mean, like, Jeezy getting killed in that video. 99 Problems was supposed to be following up after kind of the hustle. I think there's like a moment near the end where like somebody's trying to kill Jay. I believe that's what it was. Like he was stepping out of a club and somebody was trying to fire shots at him. I could be wrong, but I just feel like the reason why he gets killed in 99 Problems is because of the kind of the hustle video. Something like that. I could be wrong, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so second track now we have politics as usual, right? We have Ski, who we know as Ski Beats now. He comes through with a smooth, soulful instrumental, and just like kind of the hustle, it makes for like great riding music, right? And Jeezy just basically just rapping about the grind, you know what I mean, of being a hustler, right? The stress he has to deal with, with the police, rival dealers, customers, the connect, all that kind of stuff, right? So but I like how, like, in the end, for example, where he says, ain't no stopping the champagne from popping, the jaws from dropping, the law from watching. So kind of like, you know what, this is just how the life is. I know that. I have to accept it. To have a lot of ups, have a lot of downs, but yo, this is the life, right? So you just had to live with the good and the bad. So I love that idea. I love that concept. And yeah, just a dope song overall, man. Doughboy, thoughts on politics as usual.
Now, this is when the album start telling the story. So this is when it start turning into the hustler's story. Jay-Z start spitting now the come up now. Where does be going through when you gotta put in that work, you gotta be doing this. Yeah, you can have parties here and there, whatnot. So as I said, storytelling, Jay-Z a master storytelling, telling the story. Ski beats, wicked sample, put that together nicely.
Yeah.
Uh, that, um, the next thing again, placement. Good way to place this song. We always talk about track placement. This was again this whole album. The track placement was good. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that is it for this. But I really like this is like one of my favorite Jay-Z songs. But what else I could say about it? Just good.
Yeah, indeed. Micwise, quick thoughts on politics as usual.
Yeah, this begins to paint the story of what you're going to eventually hear about on the album. Um, a lot of dope wordplay on this. The flows was crazy as well. He got into a lot of different pockets flow wise. Ski beats, unheralded legend in my opinion. Dope
Agreed.
sample, dope sample. There's
I
one of
should really
those
look up where
songs.
that sample came from. That it's
Yeah,
me again. I should look it up now.
yeah,
I didn't know it was the, but it slipped my mind.
yeah. So yeah, this track is classic. It's one of those that the first time you hear it, it's not the one that is really affect you one time, but the more you hear it, is the more things you catch here and there and there and there. So over years, you come to appreciate it more. That's my experience with this song. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
yeah, a perfect track too.
Yes. Agreed. Ricardo, thoughts on politics as usual.
Yeah, great. As to borrow from the Boeing point, yeah, great track placement is a good. Again, it follows from the first track really well, and it have that hook in it does pull in dun 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 dun, like yeah, hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it for what it is. It's a yeah, great as I say, good second track to hold to start here and keep the pace going. Yeah, that's it.
Right. So next off we have Brooklyn's Finest, which features the notorious B.I.G, DJ Clark Kent, and Pain in the Ass, right? So Pain in the Ass comes through, does another skit, but in this case he's doing Kalito's Way, which I didn't know about till after I see Kalito's Way, right? The okay, I'm reloaded. Right. So he does that,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
It have nothing to do with the song, but it's still a really entertaining moment, right? But the beat that DJ Clark Kent brings in though is bouncy, it's club friendly. I love the upbeat piano melody that plays throughout that ding 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 ding. Like I love that, right? Um, and it's one of those songs like especially like when your hook comes in, you just wanna just lift your champagne glasses and sing JC and Biggie Smalls, nigga shit your draws. You know,
Where you
feel like
from?
it's just yeah, where you from? Brooklyn, going out for all. Like it's just such a great hook. And I think like that hook came after the fact. Like they just needed a hook. And it was just like, well, I don't know, come up with something. And that's the one that Clark Kent came up with, right? But this one was, just Biggie and Jeezy just sparring, just having fun sparring with each other, right? And it's like just listen to the album again, I realize how like GC or like he starts his song off, right? He will end with like a phrase, right? Like about three words. And then Notorious will just come in and kind of flip that same phrase there. So he will rhyme that phrase and then kick his own verse off. And just keep doing it, that back and forth kind of thing, right? Um if I had to pick who's the winner out of this though, for me, don't get mad. I say Biggie's the one who come out of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
come out as a winner though, because he just comes with so much great hits though, like so much great lines like shoot your daughter in the calf muscle, fuck a tussle, nickel plated, sprinkle coke on the floor, make it drug related. I mean,
Yeah.
It
yeah,
big. It's big. It's just
yeah,
Big.
big.
it's
So
big.
it's
Just
big. So.
big.
Gotta go Coolio means it's getting too hot. If we had twins, she'd probably have two packs. Get it? Two packs,
Yeah.
bro.
Nice.
Two packs.
Yeah, and I just love like I think like the next the subsequent time that they actually collab was on the song I Love the Do from Life After Death, which I love. I love that song. But I just love when those two come together, Jed. I wish he could have gotten more songs like that before Big passed
Big
away though.
pass.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that though, Brooklyn's Finest, love that song. I love the back and forth. It's just really just two dope artists just kind of sharpening the sword, just kind of like so just kind of play fighting in a sense though, but it works. I love that song. Ricardo, thoughts on Brooklyn's Finest?
Yeah, I mean we're gonna is a biggie verse, is a biggie feature. So yeah, again, great track. I I was just shocked that I was like, wait, this is level of quality we get in this classic album. How come I miss out this classic album? And it's like, what? This is a biggie verse I never hear before. What the hell? But yeah, instant classic in my opinion. The great track. And yeah, as I said, lyrically, it was just them bouncing off each other and just making it work. Yeah, probably one of my
Yeah,
favorite tracks on the album. If like top three, top two.
right. MICWISE, Brooklyn's Finest, thoughts?
Yeah, there's a classic song. Two MCs at like the top of their game going at it. Um, I don't think Big got J. I don't think J got Big. I think there's more or less
Yeah.
a even
Right,
collab.
right.
It
Mm-hmm.
come like the what? It come like the what? Nobody ain't get no
The
money.
what? Yeah, nobody
Yeah,
ain't get
with
no
with,
money.
with Method Man, love that song too. Yeah,
Um, Fun fact: Dame tried to talk. Was it Dame or Big? Somebody in J circle tried
Dame.
to talk Jay out of doing this because he didn't think Jay could keep up. He was like, "Dog, you can't have Big killing you on your debut album, Jay."
Right.
And Jay was like, "Relax, I gotta do this." So and then they
Yeah.
end up, in my opinion, evening it out. Yeah, there's a classic song, Too Many Quotables from the both of them. Big up Clark Kent, DJ Clark Kent's on the beat. I love the instrumental for this. There's one of those classic, you know, MC versus MC, you know, um, let's duke it out on record type of songs. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay.
Again, like track 3 on the album, So far we 3 for 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doughboy, Brooklyn's finest.
Um. Well, first thing I love the sample, La Ohio Players sample. Yeah, nasty.
It
Um.
is. It is.
Big.
Oh, and points also too for the Brooklyn Zoo sample. The Brooklyn. I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah.
uh, Big and Jay Z is like peanut butter and jelly, hamburger and fries. One have to go with the other. Once two of them is teamed up, it is a classic track. It ain't no booty, not booty about it. This is classic. Big and G. Spa was, I can say, better than the what, and I really like the what. And two of them going back and forth was better to me than the what.
Right. Okay.
And again, with three tracks in, and watch the quality.
Yeah. Exactly.
Watch the
So
quality and the source, these nasty bitches, whether they come out, they get 4 mics.
yes, boy, I remember that. Yeah. Which you probably like regret all up to this day, right?
Yeah,
So
that why
talking
they
of
end up getting it 5 later on.
yeah, 5 later on.
Right.
Yeah, so keeping with the quality now. One of my top five favorite songs on this album here, Dead Presidents 2, right? And the
Right.
funny thing is like this was the Dead President song that I heard because only afterwards I realized, wait now, well, of course it was a part one, but I just was introduced to this one first, right? I was introduced to the first one through BT, right, with the Flashback Fridays, right? But it's the same beat, different lyrics, right? But for me, in
Yeah.
my opinion, this sequel is better than the first one. The first one have great bars and everything, but this one just have so much line stretch. Like, we don't shine, we illuminate the whole globe or whatever it is. Like just so much great lines in this too. And I love skis downbeat piano assisted beat though. And it's just rap Jay-Z is basically rapping about just doing what it takes just to get our money, you know what I mean? Just to get him dead presidents, right? Of
Yeah.
course, the Nas sample, which was lifted from the remix to the World Is
Right.
Yours. Just that was the literal icing on the cake for this song here. We will bring
Yeah.
up that sample in the blueprint, right?
Right.
But yeah, absolutely love this song. I love the beat. It's perfect writing music as well. So dark and moody, but you dig the kind of how to say sort of optimism, like yo, you know what I mean? Dead presidential politics as usual. Like that's the mindset. I love that about the song. I love how it puts you into that, right? So fantastic song, one of my all-time favorite Jay-Z songs, bar none. Micwise, agree or disagree?
Fully agree. This is one of the best songs ever created. No matter like what genre we're talking about. One of the best beats, three of the best verses. The Nas sample. I mean, everything about this is just classic. This is the height of rap music here. You know what I mean? So many quotable lines, and it's so layered in terms of like metaphorically and content wise what he actually said. There's a song you have to like listen to, not just listen to repeatedly, but listen to like over the years, and you end up catching more things. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you have to experience a little bit of life to really get the full gist of the song. You know what I mean? But yeah, Dead Presidents, the first two versions, um, both classics in my eyes.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
Ricardo, thoughts on Dead Presidents too?
All right. Well, I'm gonna bring it up now. Yeah, I sampled your voice. You using it wrong. You made it a hotline. I made it a hot
Yeah, the
song.
hot song.
Yeah, I absolutely love this track. It just flows so well. It didn't hit me because I listened to this album before I listened to Illmatic for the first time. Like I didn't.
Oh,
Illmatic
okay.
is one of those albums that just blast through my past my radar long
Mhm.
for years. Like it's utterly shocking, right? And then I was like, oh shit, that's where it come from. I like, oh, that's where it come from. And then in my head, and then you listen to the
You
the
take
diss track.
over.
It's
You're
like,
like,
oh, that's where
wow.
that come
Take
from.
over.
Yeah.
Right, right. And it's like, okay. I really, really, really love this. Really love this song. Again, it is Not my favorite on the album, but it is very close to top. I'll probably say, I'll say Brooklyn's Finest. Between this and Brooklyn's Finest, fluctuate between 2 and 3. And the next track is going to be my number one, but yeah, we'll get it. But yeah,
Okay, okay.
absolutely this track. Yeah.
All right. Before we get to that track, to Doe Boi, Dead
Yeah.
Presidents 2.
Your paper falls slow like a ferry. Man, a silly girl. Jay-Z was waving in and out of that beat so much.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
how when you hear the sample, when you hear the sample and everything, he like, yo, this was tailor made. This was
agreed.
tailor made for
Yeah,
Jay-Z. And again, shout out to Ski Real work on this album. Jen. The work is Ski Real work like a slave Jen, at the man Paul. Because in them days, it they had no studio, nothing. Ski just had a shop with the big old SP and let Jay-Z hear shit. Shout out to you, man.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
again, same thing that everybody said. This is one of the best hip hop tracks ever, ever. And see all these rappers them now that want to be making Dead Prez 3 and 2 and 4 and all these crap. Stop it. That Jay-Z shit. Let Jigga do that alone.
Exactly.
Please.
There's two dead presidents. I mean, that have more with other people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right. So track 5, Feeling It, featuring Mecca, right? Never
Mhm.
heard of Mecca till this song came out, right? And haven't heard of her afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, for real.
her hook is great as well. It sticks with you. I love how it fits the jazzy lead back vibe. You know, we
Yeah.
once again from Ski with his instrumental here. I love how relaxed G sounds and this kind of conversational type rapping he does here, and just basically him kind of he kind of only braggy shit a bit, but there's also like a moment, especially in the third verse, where it's like like just the fears of that's a hustle lifestyle coming true, and him talking about those nightmares, man, all that kind of stuff now. And he talk about how he deals with it, right? He gets the zoning, mean, or when life just seems like it's too much, right? um but for me, I can just kind of see this like a tug on holiday song. Basically, it's just like, you know what, the block too hot right now. I just going to go on
Mm.
some island with some hot chick and just relax myself, right? So that's what it is, right? But for me, every time I hear this song, I just can't help but remember the music video. Like there's a scene in it where G, Deem Dash, and some other people
Yeah.
on this boat, and then have some fellas on
Yeah.
jet skis coming like sort of shooting.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's such a music video because it's very proto Biggie like
Yeah, I'm
hypnotize.
hypnotized.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you kind of feel like, all right, I just want a break, like just give me a break there. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
how I see this song here, feeling it, right?
Feel it.
So Ricardo, this is your favorite song, right? Why?
yeah. If y'all niggas ain't talking about large money, what's the
That's the
point?
point.
That's the point. That's classic. I absolutely love this track. It is, you know what's the track about it is that it's the track that you just pour a little bit pull out a little Johnny in a glass, you chill out in
Mm-hmm.
a suit. Like it's a jazz club song. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It totally works in that sense. It just everything about it, and then the video itself is just a total like dumb gangster movie, Scarface
I
type
know,
kind of
right?
thing.
Yeah.
It's so silly. The acting is so cheesy and terrible, but everything about it works. Everything about his track works. Jay-Z just tells an excellent story. He builds it up. Again, Mecca and the hook is truly fantastic, and it's just a truly like this. Just like to me, I hate using these pretentious big words. Quintessential Jay-Z song. Everything about it. Like, what's gonna be mad? Not mad, but like just kind of annoyed is how all these people is be criticizing Jay-Z about, oh, he's black capitalism and he's black this and he about his money. And it's like, yeah, that is what he was always about from
Always
the start.
I know,
Always.
right?
Like, I don't know
from
where
the
he doesn't
jump.
come. Yeah,
From the
exactly.
jump.
From the jump. And this is the song here. I'll always reference this song. It's like, yeah, that's a, if you like, you take it or you leave it, as it is. Yeah, truly a fantastic track for me. It just really, really works overall. And yeah, I could always listen to it and enjoy the track.
All right, Doughboy, feeling it. Do you feel it? Do you still feel it?
Yeah, I still feel it. This is like just the hook, real mesmerizing. Just the vibe that you get off the line. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, just sit back and you rock back and you're like, chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, 95 in the RL chill vibe. Again, storytelling. G telling you again, hustler story. And again, ski make lay down the foundation for a great track again with that beat. The video, I never taking the video wholly because I find it too cheesy.
Yeah, real cheesy.
It is.
Like
I never
real
take
cheesy.
it in thing, but like when I first get the album, this was the song that I used to gravitate to a lot because it it just have a vibe to it. Like if you're a first time listener to the album, this is the song that could catch your ear because it's so groovy. Yeah, I say like that. It's so groovy and not as dark as the rest of the album.
Yeah.
Now how it, it just see one beaker a light other than ain't no nigga. They need one shimmer light that you get in the album. Like
Yeah.
that just is something real dark and stuff.
Yeah. You had to like switch it up, ever so often. Once again, just track sequencing again, right?
Yeah.
Micwise, feeling it. Do you still feel it?
Yeah, I still feel it. This song stands out because this kind of represents the good life parts of the hustler lifestyle. You know what I mean? And I think he definitely had to put a song like this on the album if he gonna tell the whole story of being a hustler. You know what I mean? As Ricardo said, this is Johnny Walker in a glass music. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Just rock back in a suit. As for the video, yeah, I could tell they blow the budget on Can't Knock the Hustle and Dead Presidents because it's a clear decline in quality.
Mike really can't blow the money on dead president. Dead president was them in a warehouse shooting dice.
Nah, but I mean
True.
like the whole like the direction behind it. Like you could see there was a step down.
True,
You know
true,
what I
true.
mean? Especially with Carnegie Hustle too, because that would have cost a good bit of money.
Yeah.
Okay, and Hype Williams and stuff. But yeah, now overall the song smooth. Yeah, the flow. He was just he was in his bag flow wise on this one, and lyrically, the hook was smooth and soothing. It's like I forget who said it. This is like jazz club music, jazz
Yeah,
club
yeah.
rap,
Yeah, and
basically.
just them pianos alone, do that. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it, love it, love it.
Big up to Ski.
Yeah.
They used to pay Ski up front with like brown paper bags of money and
Oh wow.
have him nervous to go back on the train with the backpack full of drug money to go back where he living. Fun little
Wow.
story. Yeah,
That is interesting. Wow. All right. So
I'm now
just just
checking out
just
the sample is what? Patches by Ahmed Jamal. Wait, real plenty I hear the sample on this album.
okay.
yeah.
The name sounds familiar though. I should look up his stuff. So next off we have my boy DJ Premier. Still one of my all-time favorites. I actually have him as one of my top three favorite producers of all time. Right, he comes in with the
Wait,
Evils. Right. Yeah, I'm a,
wait.
I'm a Primo fan. I'm a Primo fan. I love me my sample boom bap shit. I love it right there. So anyway, so the Evils, right? He picks two great samples. One from Snoop Dogg's "Murder Was the Case They Gave Me," and Prodigy's contribution to the "I Shut You" remix from L Cool J. So he just scratches those in the hook, for the hook, right? And this is one of those songs that like you just had to really sit down and think. Like, sorry, like first time you hear this is like, wow, like all right, this shit real dark though. But when you really dive into it, it's like, wow, like you really see just how personal this thing is. Like he's
Yeah.
talking about just the evils of just pursuing personal wealth and power, right?
Back
The second verse alone is just so dark and dreary. But it's one of my favorite verses on this album, bar none, right? What I would say though, I mean, I love the beat for this. I love how downbeat it is, and yeah, it just sounds kind of sad, dude. I mean, I just love that, right? And how G just fits it with the lyrics and whatnot. Just so much great lines. I mean, if Jehovah Witness bet he never testify. Like, that's such a great way to end that song, right? Speaking of
Yeah.
that now, this is one of those tracks that, those Jay-Z Illuminati people like to touch on, like, oh, he's talking about devil.
Devil.
Like,
The
ooh,
devil.
a
The
Jehovah
evil
Witness.
spells
Ooh,
devil.
yeah, but it's like,
Yeah.
no, like, listen to what he's saying, Jed. You know what I mean? Like, he's putting you in the mind state of what it is, that, you know what I mean? Like just trying to pursue, trying to get money now. So when you say I don't pray to God, I pray to Gotti. Oh my God, like,
Yeah.
no, like, try to understand what he's saying. But anyway, I don't spend too much time on the whole Illuminati bullshit though. But point is, the Evils, great song. I love the beat for this. It's not one of my all-time favorite Primo beats though, but for what he brought to the vibe and the tone of the album, though, totally works, right? So that's all I'll say. Micwise, thoughts on the Evils.
Yeah, this is my favorite song on the album.
Nice.
All right.
This is one of the best songs of all time. This song is so layered, and like the metaphors on this are so crazy. Like, kept feeding her money till the shit
The
started
shit
to
started to
make
make
sense,
sense. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all when you say all the line about Remy and higher learning,
Yes. And it
about
took me a
drinking,
while to
yeah,
figure that
higher
out,
learning, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, dog, and it has some people just be like, oh, Jay-Z overrated, Jay-Z not better than this one, all this kind of thing. And it's like, dog, them people, dog, I feel to pelt those people with a Memphis Bleak CD or something. Like, that is
That's
what they
right.
deserve. Like, pelt them in the face, aim for the nose, because you can't be listening. You can't be listening to shit like this and be like, Jay-Z overrated or Jay-Z not lyrical. This song, from a pure, like, and I'll speak as a lyricist here, like, from a pure lyrical, metaphorical standpoint, is one of the best ever. One of the best ever. And big up to Primo, again, also one of my favorite producers. This is a beat that really sets the mood perfectly, because Primo have, better quote unquote bangers than this. But this shit, like, it really helped set the mood for Jay to go to the place he went now, which is a very dark place too.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
dark place. You know what I mean? This is like the pinnacle of rap as a high level art form to me. This is one of those songs I would just put up there.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Ricardo, thoughts on the Evils.
Yeah. This is again another instant classic. I do have a problem with somebody saying that it's one of Jay's best. It is. It's a track that's not my favorite track on the album, but it is up there as well. But it's just, yeah, again, Primo beat thread. It's just sticking with you is like, yeah, God, you want him to save me? Yeah, it's like, oh, it's real hard. Yeah, it not as much. I don't like it as much as feeling it, but it's still up there for me. That is about it.
Right. And Mike, sorry, not Mike, do thoughts on the Evils.
Yeah, this is when the knob started to get switched up on the album. When shit started to go from 8 to 9 to 10, because JC started leaning now. It started getting the bars. As Mike said, they one of the most lyrical tracks them ever. When you started hear, like, as you was quoting that gutty line, you as a person, that come like, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. You're like, yo, that's some deep shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's some deep shit. So, like, I personally, I would like to know what was on JC mind when he was penning. Well, I don't think he was penning at this time stage, or if he was penning, but I like to know what was he mind frame with penning this track, because this shit was dark and on point and lyrical, and this is like one of the top 3 Jay-Z tracks on this album.
All right. Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice. Right. So next off we have 22 Twos way.
Mhm.
And Like, I wouldn't lie to you. The first time I heard this, I went nuts. I was like, "What? This is what we doing here?" Because yeah, basically what it is, right? Because this literally was a freestyle that he used to do. Like when he used to open his shows, he used to do this, right? He used to start off with the "Can I kick it?" You know what I mean, from the Tribe Called Quest song, and then go into
Right.
22's thing, right? But it's like, like you hear it's like, all right, two, 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 okay, 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 okay. That song hard, all right, right. But it's like when you actually like read the lyrics, it's like, oh shit, this man say 222 times. You're like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
wow, dread. I love Ski once again coming through. This grimy instrumental though, you know what I mean? I love how, it sounds like it sounds kind of shady, like real dark, like in by some dark alleyway kind of music. That's how it fits,
Mhm.
right? But he just shows off on this track by just blazing through with all this wordplay, right? What I love though is the underlying fact. You know what I mean? So this is where you have the Mary Davis, right? A real life person who comes in, right? Who opens and closes the song, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
I love the idea that, yeah, when he on stage, he could say and do what he want, right? But off stage, look, I am a businessman and I know how to handle myself. Like, so that's why I love the outro though with this guy who's like smoking weed in the stage, and like when Mary calls him out, it's like, yo, shut the fuck up. It's like, who you talking about? Shut the F up,
Yeah.
right? And you get me because like, you know what I mean? So it's like a great moment that like, what I mean? Like, yeah, I know how to compose myself, when I on stage I do my thing, but outside I could handle myself, So it's kind of like telling these thugs who want to come into the rap industry, like, yo, watch yourself, watch how you move, you know what I mean? So I love, 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 love this song, right? So Doughboy, thoughts on 22 twos?
um, when I first got the album, this um put me in a tailspin because I was like, yo, this is some different shit. Dog. This one, as say, like I sit down and I counted like 22 twos, dog.
Yeah.
And and the way how he flipping it, because he not just using number two, it just all three versions of the twos.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like, you're like, whoa, what the Jay Z, what the feeding you, dog? Like, what's your mind again? They why does tell people first album does determine how you does we how I will view you as a artist, because you put yourself on it. And so far we don't see how Jay Z raw without the industry touching him or anything is. Jay Z was and still is a freaking lyrical assassin. Something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
He is a lyrical assassin. He will eat you if you slip. Like it have people that will say, "Hey, yo, Drake could smoke Jay Z." No, Drake could smoke Jay Z shoes. He cannot smoke Jay Z in no bar.
No,
Yeah,
no.
the
Yeah,
spitting thing, he cannot smoke that guy. So like this is way,
Jay now
as I say,
smoking on his album, so
I
yeah,
know, right? I was about to say
yeah.
that.
So
Jay smoke that pack.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
it, men had a, as I say, this is where you realize like, yo, Jay Z is going to be a problem out here.
Yeah, for real, for real.
Because this is a freestyle. And what you do with a freestyle?
Yeah,
Guys, this is a freestyle. What you do with a freestyle?
yeah.
I'll end it there.
All right, Mike, 22 twos.
Yeah, this was crazy. I felt like because the album was so autobiographical, it's like he wasn't just hustling, he was rapping too. So he had to have a song there where it takes him back to that place of being a hustler, but still going and doing a show and ripping the crowd now. If you understand what I'm saying. So that's to me, that's what I took from that track just being on this album. Yeah, crazy wordplay, crazy beat. I love that same kind of sinister sound and sample. It sounds like a 1950s crime film,
Yes,
kind
yes,
of
yes.
Yeah.
just kind of shady and kind of seedy,
Mm.
you know. Yeah, this was dope as well. This is just Jay-Z, you know, with the lyrical acrobatics as he's known to do. You know what I mean? So yeah, dope song.
All right. Ricardo, 22 twos.
Yeah, again, this is one of those you can't. Why does you would judge Jeezy as some kind of not a good lyricist or something like that? No, this is clear evidence that he's an amazing singer. And yeah, this is probably I was truly amazed by this one. It's like you really doing this? Way? Well, would at the boy point. It's like because at face value you think it is just a dumb gimmick song now. Then we just have to think about it. It's like no, this real hard, it fluid real hard. It's like everything just pulling together. Like there's another track that kind of at face value feels gimmicky, and then when you think about it, it's actually pretty well done. I was kind of compare it to what do you call it? Nas's Rewind. It have that, oh, there's a thing about it. There's a whole premise to it,
Yeah.
and then you have to build from it. And it builds, but it's lyrically still really strong on its own. That's how I was thinking about it. That is the kind of comparison I was making to it. Yeah, amazing track. It really sticks with me. And again, this is again on heavy rotation.
Yeah. For me, what was also at heavy rotation was Can I Live, right? So,
Mm.
just that sample, Isaac Hayes, You Look a Love. Love that song. I
Ooh.
love how they use it in this song. Holy shit. And then like afterwards though, when I saw Dead Presidents, the movie from '95 for the first time, not related to the movie to this album, of course, right?
Yeah.
And then the song plays, You Look a Love. I was like, what? That's where they get the idea from. Yeah, I love that, right? But it's how funny it all is, right? So movie come out in '95, right? Lawrence Tate starring it, right?
Yeah.
Year later, Irv Gotti, who called himself DJ Irv at the time, decided to sample the song and make the beat for this for Kind of Live, right? 2003, Ashanti sampled the Look of Love now for She Saw Rain on Me and
Right.
got Lawrence Tate to be in the music video. So I just love how
Yeah.
everything just comes full circle,
Full
right?
circle. I think
Yeah.
full
Yeah,
circle.
but Can I Live is fantastic though. You really feel the stress that builds up in G and just in the hustle lifestyle though. I love how he just kind of zeroes in on his paranoia. I mean how he is literally like at the end the song say have to keep one eye open like CBS. Love that. Great way to end that track too. And in a way, it's him kind of saying, it's a stressful lifestyle, but I know how to deal with it too. Though I mean, I can roll with the punches as well. So he's not always kind of depressed. He's not always kind of paranoid, but at the same time, it's like he know how real this shit is, right? So yeah, he just kind of gives you that too. So I just kind of love that through it all though. It's just like, yo, like I just want to make some money, Jet. So can I live? Like, come on, like what going on, right? But on that though, I love that song. Just that beat in particular, I absolutely love. And just knowing that is you've got to make this is like, wow, I should really give this one. I really should have given him more respect when he was, Murder Inc. front and center back in
Right.
the early 2000s, right? But yeah, absolutely love Can I Live. Ricardo, any thoughts on? Oh, before I forget, there's a bonus track on this too, Kind of Live 2,
Right.
which is decent. I'm not in love with it though. The beat has a more kind of gangstery vibe to it though. But I really prefer the first one. Just how smooth and just laid back and how dark really that beat was. Ricardo, quick thoughts on Kind of Live.
Referencing, Dead Presidents, a great referencing, it's a classic beat. When you hear it, you know it, and it's like, oh, this is where this come from, as you say. It's a track that sticks with me really well, as I say. It's Irv Gotti was the producer on this album for it, right?
Yeah.
Right, and it he did he use it for? Just remind me. Did he use it on what do you call it, on Ashanti song as well?
Orion and me. I
Was it like because of that and he owned the masters, or it
No, he
did
don't
it for it?
own the masters. Like Isaac Haynes
He
straight
No,
up
no,
just
I know,
sampled
I know
it.
the
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I know the sample, I
What
know
you
that,
could,
but
yeah, what
what I
you
was
could
saying
do
is
is
that
you could already have the sample clear for him to use it now. So you might
okay,
just
and just
yeah,
recycle it. So okay.
reuse it.
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't make that connection at all until you mentioned it. No, okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, yeah. No, but that's yeah. It's a great track. true classic, and is really, no, it's not on heavy rotation admittedly, but it's still a great track, and I remember it. Yeah.
All right. MICWISE, Can I Live?
Oh yeah, this I would have to put this as like my third favorite song on the album. Classic sample. When I learned after the fact that Irv Gotti did this, I was shocked because I know
Right.
Irv Gotti to be every little thing that we do.
I know, right?
Should be able to, you know, like I know he to do them kind of thing now. So when I find out he do this, I was like, what? But yeah, fun fact, Jay-Z actually wrote with a pen and a paper for this song. Um,
Okay.
I think he was pressed for time, so he's like, all right, let me just actually write this down.
Mm.
So, which is impressive. Yeah, two great verses. This is one of the best. This could probably be a top 10 Jay-Z song, I think. I never made a list, but it's definitely a contender. So, yeah, classic song.
Yeah. Doughboy, Can I Live?
Yeah, this is like my second favorite track on this album, and this could be like in my top 5 Jay-Z songs of all time because the sample, the beat, everything flows in like it just mesh. And then what Jay-Z talking about, you can actually feel it in the voice now. Like trap my body, can't trap my body, can't trap my mind. Easily
Yeah,
explain how I
classic,
adapt the
classic
jam.
bar by the way.
Yeah,
Those, yeah.
I rather live enormous than die dormant. And then we on it. Yeah, like yo, you just being like daddy hustler mind frame, dog.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you want to have a big name, you can't be out here just a nobody. So like when you start like listening to it and as you see the paranoia that come in the second verse, like it is Jay-Z storytelling was there, it was on point. That's all I could say with that, Jed. One of my
All right.
favorite tracks.
Yeah. Hands on. So next off, we get a little lighthearted somewhat with the track Ain't No Nigga, right? And funny thing with this, right, is this was Foxy Brown when she was 16, Dread,
Wow.
on this track. Like first time she ever rap on Waxer. And you wouldn't even know that Dread, you know what I mean, if you had heard the song for the first time. Because personally I wasn't like all that big on Foxy Brown. I mean, she was fine as hell back in the days and all that kind of stuff. But like
Yeah.
I never really like gravitated to like her music per se, right? But
Now
hearing
fuck
her this,
Shabazz way.
Yeah,
I know she
Shabazz, yeah.
has, I know she has, but but this was where I was like, oh wow, okay, this is how she could do it. There because yeah, like I say, she was 16, she was like new to this, and it was just literally like her in the studio hearing Jay-Z just spitting all these braggadocious bars, talking about how he could just be with this chick and like knock she up, and then like after 8 seconds, you know what I mean? When I shoot, meet you that like 8 seconds, and then just throw she out, and it was just like, oh, okay, that's where you're coming from. All right, cool, I gotta come and hit you. That's what it is, right? Speaking of Jazzu, or as he calls her, Big Jazz, right? Um, I believe he was the one who was singing on the hook as well, now, you know what I mean? Because you just swear it was just like some random dude and, some random girl who was singing the hook. But like, you kind of learn this, though, is actually he was, no one can fuck you better. I'm like, all right,
Okay.
yes, right, yeah.
Hey, man had to work, man.
Yeah,
Man had to work. Ain't no
actually,
free
like,
time in that studio, doggy.
exactly. And he actually produced the beat as well, too. Though I know, like, maybe you and well, maybe Micwise and Doe could kind of, answers for me though. But I know some people might feel like the beat is just too bare bones, not too straightforward. It's just this loop, this brown, 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 brown,
Oh,
brown, 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 right? But I don't know. It's something about it
it
though
works,
that
it
it
works, it
still
works, it
works.
works, it
It still
works.
works. You know what
Works.
I mean?
Because it
Yeah,
just that and then they layer some drums over it.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah, so some people might find the beat to be kind of skeletal, but I don't mind it because it's just bouncy, right? And just the song itself is just so bouncy and upbeat as well, and it just holds your attention, though. Jay is just braggadocious throughout this entire song, though. But it's Foxy Brother, how she just comes through, like, yeah, I'm 16, but I could still fuck you up. And I just love how just how how she just kind of like push herself up there. You know what I mean? And just do her thing on that track though. So yeah, if it's one thing I could take away from that song though, is just Foxy Brown just coming and just doing her thing, Dread. So that's my thoughts. Micwise, thoughts on this track here?
Um, as a standalone song, I like it. It's a fun song. You know, Jay going hard, and then Foxy. I remember she was hearing how Jay was going, and she was like, "Oh no, I had to fuck you up right now." Like it just kind of motivated her.
Yeah.
Fun fact though, Jazzo produced the beat, but he actually he didn't loop anything. He was actually playing that straight through.
Okay.
For
Okay.
like the
Okay.
host, like there's not no looping or nothing going on. I think it's because of some technical difficulty with the machine they were using.
Right.
But that's just a little fun fact.
That's dope.
I
That's dope.
find I find this song doesn't really fit too well in the context of the album. Like the song is good, it's just
Yeah.
like it just kind of randomly stuck in there, and it's like okay, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, and I forgot to mention too, it was a single as well. Like I saw the
Right.
video for
Yeah.
this on
Right.
Rhapsody as well.
So
And
that's
I
why
think it was on a
I
song track and all. It was
it
on
had to be
Nutty
it was on
Yeah,
Professor.
Doctor
something.
Doolittle. Doctor Doolittle.
Right. So I was trying to
Yes.
remember.
No, no,
Right.
no, 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 no. It
No,
was the
not the
Nutty Professor.
professor.
Not
Yeah,
the
Nutty
Nutty
Yeah,
Professor.
professor. Right. That
Professor.
was trying to
Yeah.
remember because
That
I'll say
first soundtrack,
it
sorry, both soundtracks for Nutty Professor 1 and 2 had some
right.
hits though, had some slaps though. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like as a standalone song is good. In the context of the album, I skip it just because it don't fit with the rest of themes. But if somebody just play it just so, like yeah, it's a jam. It's a jam. So yeah, I ain't too mad at it.
Right. Ricardo, thoughts on this track here?
Right. So this is I was now to bring up the fact that oh yeah, this was supposed to be on a some soundtrack from before, and yeah, you guys mentioned it, not the professor. So yeah, that's the only song I knew going in. I was like, oh, this is where this song was from. 'Cause I thought it came later. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is a hit, is a bop, but as Mike Wise mentioned, it don't really fit with the rest of the album. But I still enjoy it for what it is. And yeah, I've been heard about Foxy Brown since that song she had with oh god, this dancehall artist, I forget.
Was
Sham?
Baby Sham though? Tables
Yeah,
will turn. That was like,
yeah,
what, 2001 or 2?
yeah, or something. So yeah, it's a hot minute. I didn't think about Cheetah. So yeah, I'm reminded Foxy Brown was a person.
Mm.
Yeah. Who
Yeah,
knows? She might show up in her verses. Who knows?
yeah, who
She
It
knows?
want
could
to do
happen.
one with Kim.
Yeah, because it's like an obvious one.
Yeah.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Doughboy, thoughts on
Yeah.
this track?
Uh, First thing, shout out Chini Woman. Like we doing it since the 90s.
Yeah.
Yes, and Foxy, Nikki, Kali.
Yeah,
We in there. um, this song is about right. Um, as Diddy say, you need the radio track, and this was the radio track. You can't be hustle and shoot 'em up all the time. Bitches need to buy album too.
yeah,
So he had to put something to feel good. And this was it. Um, didn't know that how Jazzo had technical difficulties in the studio and had to be played over and that loop over and over. I get mad and right out. But again, it worked out for him. If the track age well, I'll say it aged well because if if Jay Z burst out now, you can see people from all age brackets from 20s to 40s singing that. So it has aged well. I could agree with you and say that how it a skippable track because I just skip it when I listen in the album. I don't need to be hearing that and gangster shit. I don't need to be hearing about fucking bitches and I don't hear gangster shit.
Mhm.
yeah.
yeah, yeah, so I could dig that. But it have its place and it had to be on the album.
Yeah. So next track, Friend or Foe. Like I love Devils, but there was something about Friend of Foe Boy. Is those blaring trummels that dun, 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 and how it play over the drum beat though, and it just sounds so gangster. Where like I talk about like you're watching some Prohibition era gangster flick though, and just Jeezy on this though, just this one verse talking to these guys like, yo, you coming and selling work here, Dren? Well, I come to tell you, no, you can't do that shit to them. I love how it all starts with the intro, like what, Jay-Z, like fuck this nigga, like you gotta do nothing. And he just coming in like, yo, like trying to be calm down, you know what I mean? Like, but I love how he also say, you know what I mean, like you know what I mean, like don't do that, you're making me nervous. And I have my friends here, these dudes are murderers, Dren. So try to tell you, you know what I mean, just give me those keys, Dren, you know what I mean? So let me not let this escalate to a bloodbath, right? So I just love the vibe of this song and I love the beat for this as well too. So short, sweet, love this track. Ricardo, thoughts on Friend of Foe?
Yeah, there's a track I just remember the release on this album. I actually forget that. Oh, this was a thing on the album. But yeah, no, it is a great beat on its own. It really works. I think because the track after it is the one I remember a lot. But this yeah, I just don't remember it as much as the others. But yeah, it's a solid beat. And yeah, the other is who DJ Premier on this one, right? Is
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, right. I can't remember it for what it was. But yeah, that is how I feel about it.
All right. Doughboy, thoughts on Friend of Foe?
Every gangster movie had to have a stick up,
Yes.
and this was the stick up at time. Was it placed well? Yes, it was. Grimy track right after the club track. Um, Production
or I
premiere.
see what you mean. Like, once you come on the club, right, right. I
Yeah,
got you. Yeah.
yeah, placed well. It placed well. Um, premiere, premiere does work. Right. So I don't have to talk about the beat. Premiere does work, but in again placement and everything flowing cohesively so far with the album. Right after the bop, you get stick up.
Yeah, yeah. Micwise, thoughts on Friend of Foe?
Well, yeah, this song, the album on a whole is like a movie. This song itself is like definitely this song definitely gives the album on a whole this sort of movie like quality because every time I hear the song, I actually see what's taking place, you know, which is that's a hallmark of great storytelling. So
Agreed.
Yeah.
I love the conversational style he had with his flow. So he had little random pauses and speed ups, to sort of mirror how somebody would talk. The beat is amazing. It's great. Look out for there's a song. Sky Zoo did a song on the same beat, which is like a rebuttal to. It's like the third piece of the Friend or Foe trilogy. So y'all
Oh,
could check
okay,
out.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all could check out Sky Zoo, Friend or Foe 3. Um,
nice. I'll check
yeah,
it out.
this shit is great. Don't ever come around here no more.
Yeah,
Classic.
and of course, that's a reference
Classic.
to Friday,
Yeah.
right? Chris Tucker, right? I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Since these are like two Clarkhead tracks, right? Produced beats. Sorry, I'll just kind of just run them through quickly. That will be Coming of Age and Cashmere Thoughts, right? So Coming of Age, yes, a true highlight of this album here. I love the cold kind of flooded pianos. I love the slow drum beat for this little fluttering keyboards that's coming in the intro and chorus though. And it's just literally this coming of age story, right? Where Jay runs into this up and coming hustler, played by Memphis Bleak, and yeah, it takes about this wing. I love the concept of it. I love the back
Yeah.
and forth conversation that they have in the
Mm.
third verse. I like your style. No, yeah, I love your style. And let's ride around for a while. Here's a towel. A G, I ride with you for free. Like I love
Yeah.
that back and forth,
Yeah.
right? Just excellent. It's so funny though that on Volume 2 Hard Knock Life you have the sequel and Memphis just like, yo, like I don't need your help, Trent. I run the streets and Jay coming like, dude, like what you doing? I tell you, lay your shit bubble quietly. What you doing? What you doing? So I love how tense it all feels. Like, dude, like, do this, leave me alone. Let me do my shit. I love
Come to
that.
the
Now,
beat and
how
all
it
was like,
contrasts. Yeah,
oops, what's up?
yeah. But this one in particular, though, was fantastic. I love this track, right? And just keep with Clarkhead one more time. We have Cashmere Thoughts, right? For me personally, this is the weakest track of the album, simply because I don't know, it's just the
I am offended.
Look, understand what I'm saying. Like, okay, so like, all right, he's doing the whole pimp thing, and it works because it's Jay-Z doing the whole pimp thing, and it sounds good, especially the first verse. But I felt like on the second verse, it just kind of stops halfway, and I kind of guess that's the point of it.
Right.
Like it's just like I just rapping, and then I just done. Like, all right, I done, haha, and that's it, right? But I do love the black exploitation like beat for this though. That wow, 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 wow. That please do. I love that. So
Yeah.
it kind of puts you in that whole, the Mac kind of vibe, Superfly
Yeah.
kind of vibe. You know what I mean? But still, it just kind of feels a little distant from the hustler mindset. It's just I'm a pimp now. I'm a player now. Okay, you know what I mean? So that's just my thoughts, right? Ricardo, thoughts on coming of age and Cashmere thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely love Coming of Age. Great track. This is a track I really remember. It's like, yeah, Jay-Z and Memphis is just bounce off each other so well in this. Really, really, really great. Catch Me Thoughts. Another track that I kind of forget was on this album. Like, I can't believe I forget it. This one I don't think about all that much, but yeah, it's still I still like vaguely remember. It's pretty good for what it was. Actually, I probably should have listened to the album re-listen before coming to here. So anyway, but still good.
All right. Doughboy, coming of
Yeah.
age and Kashmir thoughts.
Alright, coming of age was is a dope song. Memphis Bleak was 16 when he did that.
Oh
Um,
wow. Okay.
yeah,
Another
he was
16-year-old
16.
was in this. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bleak was 16 when he did his verse, and in the Drink Champs, he thought like, yo, I on this album, I had to do shit again, and Jay Z school him and say what, get your shit together and leave him alone for like a year. Studio know nothing. And now how he ended up getting back into the mind frame. He thought he did not make it because of this track. How heavy the track was in the hood now. So he thought he was hood famous. More or less, I digress. The track is a good storytelling about a OG and young G come high in the conversation about a come up on a lick. Good again, good storytelling. Cashmere thoughts. If again another guilty pleasure of mine that I just tell people I love those old black pimp movies. I could watch those shit whole day.
Plus the Mac is a classic, yo. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, yeah.
yeah, I could watch Goldie. Um,
Plus Willie
this
Dynamite though with Gordon from
Willie
Sesame Street,
Dynamite.
man.
Yeah, yeah, that Gordon was a pimp.
Yeah, Gordon was
Yeah.
a pimp.
Gordon,
Look it
yeah.
up. Gordon was a
Yeah. So like those movies are like core to me. I love them shit. And this track puts me in that mood. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be wearing some salmon or lilac suit, driven to this. They me on my pimp shit. So like I can understand why or you don't like it, but somebody that have a funness to that type of movie and vibe and stuff, I love it.
right. Micwise, coming of age and Cashmere thoughts.
Yeah, coming of age, dope song. This kind of gives some insight into how good Jay was as a mentor because
Yeah.
he was basically teaching Memphis Bleak how to rap on this song. You know what I mean? And for them to really get together and make something so conceptual, it was a dope story. And especially how they did the back and forth on the third verse. I mean, yeah, incredible. One of the standout cuts on the album. Cashmere Thoughts is a dope song. Lots of witty lines and stuff there. Although I would say, if you take Cashmere Thoughts off the album, you wouldn't miss it as much as some other songs. That's kind of where I will go with it, you know.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but it's still a dope song though. It's just that it has so much other higher highs on the album. Like Cashmere Thoughts would kind of get forgotten by some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, my favorite song on the album, Bring It On, boy. And the placement for this couldn't have been much better, though. Your second to last track, Jed. So where do I begin, boy? Everything about this song I love. I love the beat for this from DJ Premier. That that this is just an earworm though. When them drums come in, you just kind of like screw your face and you just nodding your head to the beat. It's so hard. Um, Source Money's intro, like opening lines for this though is just amazing. I love it. I love this line when he says, "Said we was garbage, so fuck college. Street knowledge, amazing. The scholars when we coin freezes for dollars, bruh. Come on, right? Even
Sauce real hard. Real people love sleep on sauce.
like people don't be talking about this word though. Even Big Jazz or Big Jazz coming and end the song great though. You know that I love what he does here, right? But Jay comes in, his second verse is phenomenal in my opinion. I love how he makes a reference to Scarface where he turns every time, where this Tony kills Manolo, basically. Manolo, whatever his name is. I love that. Just so much great lines in this though. But the secret sauce of this though is the hook. That sample would Fat Joe that bring it on if you think you can hang, and if not, then let me do my thing. It's only years later I learned, oh, it's from a song called 1-2 Pass It. I was like, oh, okay, that's where it's from. All right, right. But back then, I thought that hook was the shit. I love that song. So yeah, for me, not much more I could say. Oh, I should say one last thing though. What really makes it work though is how hungry they all sound on this though. Like especially G, like on the second verse where you talk about I am what it is where you say 2.0 something like 240 grams. I don't expect you to understand this money. I know I flub the lines, but whatever it is. But something like that too. Like it just sound like they were just on this cipher. It was just like, all right, I just gonna top you. I just gonna top you with these really grimy ass verses, so these bars and whatnot. So yeah, not much more I could say. Bring it on. Love this song. Best song on the album. One of my all-time favorite Jeezy. So I actually put this as one of my top 10 in my opinion. Mike, agree or disagree?
This is a classic song, classic posse cut with Source Money and Jazzo. You could tell that three of them were competitive with each other for a long time before recording this song. So doing this type of song wouldn't have been anything new to them. Like this would have just been like a regular cipher, except that they're doing it over a primo beat and they're recording it. But crazy verses from all three of them. I just kind of go back and forth with how I'm gonna like place them in terms of the order 1, 2, 3. I actually stopped trying to do that a while now because um,
No,
it's
they all
impossible
kill
to
it. They
do.
all
Is it
kill it.
just
Yeah.
just embrace your greatness?
Yeah, and I love the reason I love the beat is that it's so subtle and there's not a lot going on. It's kind of like the perfect canvas for the three MCs to shine
Paint
and
on,
stand out. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is it an underrated song? Because to me, it's, like I just give it its props, but I don't feel
No,
like people
like
just talk about it too much.
I think it's
I
because
don't
it
hear
wasn't a
people talking
single. That's
about it.
why. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's about the songs on this album that was not a single that people is talking about. Like
The
Can I
evils was
Live
not.
and The Evils and like people are still talking about that, but I feel like people just kind of forget about Bring It On, which is a shame because this shit is classic. Classic as
Yeah.
hell.
Before we get to Do Boy, right? I forgot to mention as you bring up Sky Zoo. Sky Zoo actually has a great well basically sort of remade Reasonable Doubt, more like a tribute to Jay-Z and that album, right? And he
Yeah,
did
that was a
over
great
Bring It
project.
On with him and Tori, and that song was the best song on the album. And how they reworked the beat though, what else they got to redo it? I think it's this guy Antoine One, I think his name is the producer. He
Yeah.
kind of makes it sound more orchestral in a sense, especially with these strings though. That was lovely. Like I love that
Yeah, it
song.
was a great project. Great project
Yeah,
from
yeah, great
Sky.
project. One of my favorite Skyzo projects, hands down.
Yeah,
Doughboy,
yeah.
bring it
Yeah.
on.
No, I really like Brenton. Apparently, all Jay-Z album Pussycat still be strong, but this was the first of many, and the way how all of them attacked the beat was super ridiculous. As when I put it across, the beat was super simple, just strings and drums. Um, they import way Primo get the
And
sample
Fat
with
Joe.
Mercy. Yeah.
Right.
And well, Fat Joe saying his piece. I wonder if he get a coin for that.
He should. He should.
Should
He helped
yeah,
make the
he
song
should.
work.
By the way, it's funny that every rapper sampled on this album, except for Snoop, end up having some kind of issue with Jay-Z.
Yeah,
Nas, Prodigy, Fat Joe.
it's true.
Yeah, Easy, I think, was also be on it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
but them again, three of them went at it, and I can tell be happier for that because it was basically who could say the best sick shit in the cipher, and all of them had it. I wouldn't try to to place men and say who get who and who pack get smoke. All of them did work. That's how I feel about that.
Right. Yeah. So Ricardo, break it on.
Yeah, is as it says, like a cipher track. It just comes together so well. I forgot the history of this, but Jazzo and Jay-Z they were what exactly at what point?
That
At this point in
Jazzo.
time.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
Jazzo was Jay-Z
Mentor.
mentor, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
And
right.
Yeah.
at this time, Jay-Z, well, Jay-Z, Dame, and Big was Bill Rockefeller. And Jazzo thought that how he would have been signed to Rockefeller. That was the plan. So it says, but at the time, Memphis Bleak was the first person signed, then Sourceman.
Right. Okay.
So Jazzo wasn't signed, and I don't think they ever signed Jazzo.
Okay. Wow.
So
Okay.
that way the problem came in.
Right. Okay. So okay. Anyway, but at the time, this was this yeah, it's a classic track. It great. It flows. Everything works for what it is. Yeah, I can't be mad at this. This is like truly excellent. As it is. So yeah, uh, for, strong track, lovely for me. I can't be mad at this.
Right. And to close things off now, regrets. In order to survive, gotta learn how to live with regrets, right? This message is so simple, but just so easy to ignore in our day to day way. The instrumental is soothing, it's downbeats. Again, with these downbeat instrumentals. Peter Panic was the one who produced this. But I think this is like one of the best beats on this album, bar none, and is a strong way to end the album off. As I said earlier, this features one of Talib Kweli's favorite verses. This would be the final verse that G spits, where he's like talking to an old friend well, basically a friend who passed away, there, basically, right? And I just love the idea of it, where it's just like, yeah, I mean, I doing this hustle and stuff, but ever so often I will make a mistake, and these things will cost me, right? So you know, yeah, you kind of had to live with that. And I mean, that's just so we're not hustlers, but we could all relate to having to deal with something or doing something, and then you had to like kind of live with the consequences, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's just a matter of how you learn from it and move on, right? So I love how thorough Jay-Z is in this, how heartfelt he sounds in this. And I mean, and yeah, I mean, this is like one of his most serious and just heartfelt songs, and for me, one of his all-time greatest, in my opinion. So, great way to end the album off. Agree or disagree, Doughboy?
This is my favorite song on the album.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, because plenty times after hearing this album, when shit happens in my life, I was always say the chorus. In order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. And only so much you could actually find a song that you could say something to relate in life. So again, that like one of the biggest reasons that how I love this song. And again, Jay-Z storytelling in the song itself. When I first see it, it like real. Almost bring up what a tear to my eye because the man loves something like real dog. Like
Yeah, he does. He
yeah,
does.
this shit could break a man. And like as I say, this is my favorite track on the album because it transcends everything. You could fit the scene, fit the song into anything. So best, as you say, best way to end the album.
Agreed. Agreed. All right. Micwise, thoughts on regrets?
Yeah, Regrets, incredible. One of the best songs on the album for me. Um, it's sad and dark at the same time, especially with that last verse, that last line. You know, perfect beat. Well, this is perfect placement, right?
Yeah.
It's the perfect beat to end off the album, especially in terms of what he talking about. I don't think I ever heard anything else from Peter Panic. I know hearing that name too. I didn't even know he did that.
Yeah.
That dope name though, Peter Pan.
Peter
Yeah,
Panic.
yeah. When you really think about it.
Yeah. But yeah, and nah, I love everything about this. Is incredible chorus, incredible verses. This is contender for top 10 Jay-Z songs, I think, all time. Not just one of the best on the album, but like all time. Yeah,
I agree.
classic.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ricardo, regrets.
Yeah. Great way to wrap up the album. That really somber, rainy. It's a rainy day song, right? You just sit back, you chill out, and yeah, it is very depressing when you listen to the lyrics. I never thought about it at the time, but when I was thinking about it later, it's like, oh yeah, I forget how kind of down and dark this unfortunate song is. It's like, yep, that's what it is. Yeah, it as I say, album placement, perfect track to end it off with, and I really dug it for what it was. So yeah.
Right.